hope you've had a lovely week. I am in my office right now. I've got work in about an hour and a half. Right now I am setting up some, not listings, what are they called? Files, printing cut files on Silhouette. So I've got a couple of bits to do. One is for a hen party. So I have designed, they're doing like a kind of school vibe. So I designed the cover for a hymn book, and I designed the scoreboard for like a school sports day, and I've just done some name tags for everyone in the hen party. There's 26 names, so I'm sorting out all those files, and also printing up some freebies while I'm at it, while it's out. And then the next thing I want to do is create sheets for a new product that I need to talk about and introduce. It will be up on the website already, and if you follow me on Instagram you'll probably have seen it on my stories, but just in case. So I am not great with food. I have a lot of like rules and rituals around food, and I struggle a lot with it. And one of the things that I'm quite particular about is dates on food. I know the difference between let's just straighten up here, let's just chill out a second. I know the difference between a use by date, a sell by date, a best before date. Obviously most people do, but in my head, I know logically that food is safe, but in my head, when it approaches best before, it's not the best anymore, so it's not safe to me. I know it's ridiculous, I know it's illogical, it's just what happens in my brain. I'm also very funny about keeping things open, so opening something and then using it within the time frame that is specified on the packaging. So one thing I'm really struggling with at the moment is yogurt. I buy the big tubs of Faye because I eat it every single day. Sorry if my printer's too loud. And it has to be consumed within 5 days. First of all, to me that makes me panic, because 5 days of a yogurt being open is like, ugh, so stressful. So I would normally do 150 gram portions, but actually I've been doing a little bit more just because the big tubs, I'll have wastage at the end of that 5 days, but I also forget when I've opened it. So I was thinking the other day, oh, I don't know if it's been 3 days or 4 days since I opened it. Oh god, I've forgotten, what am I gonna do? And I thought back to when I worked at Greggs. So I haven't worked there in about 10 years, but when I did, we had a little system where we had a little circle and we would write the number, or circle a number to say what day of the week that we opened it. And I thought that would be cute if I did something like that for myself, but of course I made it very me, and I made some super cute and fun colours of flowers. So yeah, I've got 5 different colours, and hopefully it will help me reduce my food wastage and feel a little bit better about food in general, and yeah, just not freaking out all the time about, oh god, is this safe? Am I gonna die if I eat it? And I mentioned it on my stories, and a couple of people actually messaged and said this will be so helpful for me because I feel so bad about my food wastage, and it is something that I struggle with too mentally. Some people had problems with emetophobia and things like that, so hopefully this is helpful. I don't know, I'm gonna list it. If it doesn't sell, I've lost nothing because I wanted it anyway, so it is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to printing, setting things up, and I'll probably check in tomorrow. I want to talk a little bit about my stall because I have a craft fair next weekend, and I should probably start thinking about that, and maybe some plans for May in general as well, because it's the last week of April. It turns into May later in this week. So yeah, I was just thinking when you're going to be seeing this. It's really confusing. But yeah, I'll check back in soon. In a minute for you, tomorrow for me. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. Hello and good morning. I have just done a TikTok, so head over to my TikTok because I will have posted like 20 more since I did that, so that was pointless. I just did a TikTok for my new floral date stickers. I might have just talked about this in a second ago in the last clip. And I designed these little flowers. There's 5 different colours. Let me get one of each. I actually have an order to put together for someone, so this is handy because this has divided them off. So there are 5 colours, and basically say I open something on a Wednesday, I would circle the 3 to show it's the 3rd day of the week. I'm not going to get into an argument with you. Focus. I'm not going to get into an argument about whether Sunday or Monday is the 1st day of the week. But yeah, I would circle the 3 to show it opened on Wednesday, and then if it's Saturday, I know that how many days it's been since I opened the product, basically. And it just helps reduce food wastage and also helps people feel more safe about what they're eating if it is something that they struggle with. Something else I worked on recently was some bits for a hen party. So my uncle's wife was going to a hen party. I think she's in the wedding, it's one of her good friends, and they are doing like, they're going to one of the islands and doing like a school vibe thing. It looks really fun. They've got like a school hymn book that I designed for them. They're doing a school sports day, so I designed the scoreboard, and then I was just checking if that was them at my door, but it's not, it's my washing machine. And then I did these name tags, and I'll just show you one with my name just to show you like the colour scheme and stuff, because obviously I don't want to give away, you know, everyone's personal info, but I love the colour scheme that I went with these. I got total free reign, and all she said was to make it like bright and like my normal vibe, so loved that. I need to do kind of houseworky, not housework, but like admin-y stuff today. I need to apply for a family European healthcare card thingy for when we go away. Just boring bits and bobs, and I might do a bit of designing for my calendar. I've got, it's next month almost that the calendar's out, so I need to get a move on really. But yeah, I'll catch up with you again soon. Back so soon, I know. I was just looking at my note from the last craft fair about ideas for the next one, and I've put on there a new home card, and I'm so glad I looked back because this will give me time to do it, because I remember so many people came up and asked, do you have anything for anyone going into a new house? And I was like, oh god, no. So I need to design that today. And then I've got pens. Did I mean like my own pen? It was 3D printed pens. Never mind. Labels for all products, because some people weren't clear about, like, I had a sheet and some people didn't know what was what. Sublimation stuff, I'm gonna take it off because it is so oversaturated, there's just no point. I'm very aware I might have people coming and it's making me like self-conscious. I'm all flushed. So speaking of card design, I have a bit of a fun idea, and I want to design a card a day in May, and I want to do a lot more TikTok lives as well, and just design on there and just chat on there probably every weekday in May. The only thing is, now I'm thinking, like, am I setting myself up for failure? Because what if I design 31 cards and then 31 people order one of each, but I order a minimum of 10 when I order them in? So now I'm like, have I made a terrible idea? Not many people are, I don't know. I'll have a think about it. I've got a few days until May. Plus I could just design them for practice and then people could vote on what to release or whatever. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go do some designing. I did my healthcare card, by the way. If you're traveling in Europe, it took me 5 minutes to do 4 of us. Our eldest is an adult, so had to do a separate one there, but the other 3 of us just went on one application. So yeah, I'm not feeling that chatty, so that's why I'm struggling a little bit, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go curl up on the couch, maybe make a coffee and do a bit of designing for some new house cards. I'm just getting a couple of bits done, so I thought I would say hi. So I've been editing this morning, and what else did I do? I did some drawing. I'm working on my calendar. I've got a third of it done, so that's good. I have decided I am going to do a coloured in version as well, so actually I've got like a lot less than a third of it done. I'm not going to work that out. But yeah, I finished editing. I've just made my thumbnail for last week's video. I was trying to work out. So much mess on my desk. I don't even know if you can see it after all that. Just go look at last week's video. And then, so I'm going to do a new listing of the cards. What did I talk about the other day? New house card listing. I realised it's the 1st of May, and I said I'm gonna do a card every day in May. Don't know if I'll have time for that today. I will do my best, we'll see. And yeah, and then the other thing I need to do is so one of my 25 in 25 things was pamper sessions. Let's see how we're getting on with that, keeping in mind it is the 1st of May. So the 3 things I was doing was gaming, hot girl walks. I've done 4, so I need to step that up this month, and pamper sessions I've done 3 all year, so I needed to do at least 2 a month. So I'm very behind. But I sat and did my May calendar this morning and like planned out things, and I'm doing like 3 or 4 hot girl walks and pamper sessions this month. And yeah, so I'm gonna have a pamper afternoon. I just want to get this listing done. I've had my lunch. We had a takeaway last night, so I just had my leftovers from that. And then yeah, I want to get a face mask, make a coffee, grab a book, listen to some music probably, and just chill out for a half hour or so. I'm not very good at sitting still doing nothing when I have a pamper sesh, so there's that. But yeah, I'm gonna just make this listing image now, and then it's time to just relax for a little bit, and then we'll see if I get round to designing a new card today or not. If I don't, then I fail on day 1 at my card a day in May. Not that I've told anyone about it apart from in last week's vlog, and now, but not many people watch my vlogs, so not many people would know about it anyway. Anyway, I'm gonna crack on with this, and I'll catch up with you soon. Okay, I changed my mind. I am gonna design because I remembered the first one I want to do was a suggestion. She was joking, but it was from my friend Courtney. So I was asking for ideas for cards, and my friend Courtney was like, in fact it wasn't even about cards, it was just generic themes. And she said, what about the inflatable furniture page in the Argos catalogue from the 90s or something like that? And I was like, I know you're joking, but... So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it a birthday card, and something along the lines of like, you know, I hope you get everything you want this birthday or whatever. I don't know. But I'm gonna draw that quickly, and then I'll be back. And then it'll be time for my pamper afternoon, if I've got time before my son gets back from school. This is what keeps happening. Things come up, and then I don't like to do stuff like that when other people are around. I like it to be my time. So I don't know. Anyway, let's go. Okay, it's taken an hour and a half, but it's ridiculous, but I love it. I'm actually so excited to show it to her. I feel like I could smell the plastic of that inflatable furniture slash bag. I was researching and I remembered, do you remember we used to have inflatable bags? But yeah, especially that chair, I looked at it and I was like, I can smell it. I'm back in the 90s. So yeah, I am looking forward to seeing her reaction, because never suggest something as a joke to an autistic person, because they're gonna take you seriously. But yeah, it is 2:10, so I've got about an hour and a half to my son's home, so I am gonna go make a coffee, get a face pack, and do a bit of reading, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, it's Friday and I'm having one final check-in with you before I start work for the day and I'll end my week. So there hasn't been loads of craft fair content this week, but I did sit this morning and do myself a little brainstorm slash thought shower, they call them now. I say now like it didn't start being called that 20 years ago. But yeah, so I just thought I'd go through what my plans are for the craft fair. I broke it down into what I liked last time, what I'll change this time, stock and ideas. So what I liked last time, I'm gonna like angle myself a bit differently here. What I liked last time was I had a scan to pay QR code. No one actually used it, but I'm still gonna have that this time because I think it's a really good option. I really liked my branding last time and how I set up my stall, so I'm totally happy with that and I'm gonna do that again. I liked my washi stand, which was, my husband actually printed me out 5 different washi stands, so I'm going to use those again. And I liked my card stand. I had a tall rotating card stand. I'm going to use that again. I have decided to only do A6 cards. I've got a big basket right at my feet and it has got in the way every day since my last craft fair stall of A5 cards. I've removed Last Chance from the website. My plan was I wanted to package them up and bring them to a charity shop where they could sell them and hopefully make some money, but no charity shops are accepting any donations at the moment. I am very, very close to just binning a few £100 worth of stock just to make room for it. I'm really in two minds, so let me know your thoughts. So what I will change this time, I am going to bring fewer sticker kits, if any at all. It's not a planning event, it's a local craft fair, so they're not necessarily going to be planner people. I think I just was wasting my time trying to sell those. And then off the back of that, I'm going to lean more into my parenting and daily life stuff. So my summer holiday bucket list, my productivity notepads, my floral date dots, things that are practical in the home and that you don't necessarily have to be a planner person to want to have for your home. I kind of mentioned this a minute ago, no A5 cards, but I'm also not going to bring badges. The majority of my badge stock is Christmas themed anyway. I haven't been able to source replacement badge paper yet, which is something in the back of my mind. I'm not really thinking about it too much right now. However, it is Pride month next month and I do have a whole range of Pride badges, so I might need to get a move on with that. But long and short of it is, I'm not going to bring badges to this event. Last time I didn't have my business cards. I don't know if anyone will remember, I wasn't vlogging yet then, so probably not, but loads of stock didn't come, and in that stock was also some business cards. So many people came to my stall and said, have you got a card I can take away? And I didn't. So I was literally writing down Rymermade or getting people to type it into their phones right in front of me. So this time I'm gonna have cards. And then the last thing is Lucky Dip. I've been chatting to Anna from Plannerface about different options, different ways of doing this, how she does it. It's a little bit different because she's going to specifically planner events, whereas my concern is that I'm gonna offer people prizes that they don't necessarily want. So my thought right now is actually I might design some more like kid themed stickers, but what are kids into? I don't know what kids are into these days, but I don't have a lot in my shop that is suitable for kids, and because my stuff is bright and fun and colourful, at my last craft fair a lot of kids would come up to the stall and they would want things and it isn't necessarily suitable for them. So my thought is, it's at a primary school, there's gonna be loads of kids, there's like face painting, everything, it's a whole thing. So maybe do some stickers just for kids. I would ask my son what people are into, but all he likes is Becky Jones and John Pork, so maybe not. Of course my camera ran out of battery. So close to the end. Yeah, so as I was saying, I don't really know what kids are into. I need to do a little bit of research. I've got a week to do it, so it's fine. So next I did stock. Father's Day is the next big thing, so I need to design another 1 or 2 Father's Day cards. I don't want to go nuts. No badges this time, I've said. Should I bring my Kindle inserts? I'm not sure, because obviously people have got different size Kindles and they might not necessarily know what Kindle they've got. Like if I went to an event, I don't know the name and size of my Kindle, so maybe not. obviously colouring books, they're the new big thing in my shop. I've never had them at a stall before, so I need to work out how I'm displaying my colouring books to make the most of them. Page protectors, I'm not sure, should I bring any? Maybe one of each, I don't know. Maybe I'll just bring the stock that I've already got printed because of the aforementioned paper situation. Summer holiday bucket list. So I have those already in stock. They didn't sell very well last year, but I did release them right before summer. They might have a bit more of a chance this time. And then I need to print, so they come with stickers, and I just need to print a bunch, and you can just choose which you want basically. So yeah, I need to do that. And then the last thing is 3D prints. Don't know if it'll happen or not. My husband has some stuff in mind. He's still learning Nomad Sculpt, so he can't specifically do exactly what he wants to do, because he's got some very specific things that he wants me to be able to sell. We're working on a really big project that will be released, if all goes well, in September on a pre-order. Maybe I will say it. If you're one of the 3 people that watches this vlog, then you will get the insider info. We want to do a 3D printed advent with Christmas decorations. So the pre-order would go up in September and it would be sent out in November, and it would be a 12-day advent. However, I don't want to use other people's designs. I want it to be all our designs, either mine or his. So we've got a colour scheme, we've got rough idea of what we want, but it's just whether or not he's able to learn it basically in enough time. If it's not going to be good, we don't want to do it. So it's kind of in his hands as to how his schedule is and how he gets on with learning it. He was saying, I can't remember if it was this morning or last night, but he was saying like it's really hard to learn and he's a bit worried about it. So if it doesn't happen, it's fine, no pressure, but it might happen. And then finally, ideas. I was thinking about bar stickers. So if you don't know what the bar is, it is a game that is played in Orkney, and it's kind of like rugby, but it includes the whole town. People are split into uppies or doonies, so you're born as one of those. There's a men's bar and a boys bar on Christmas Day and New Year's Day, so there's 4 a year in total. There's no women's one. There has been one in history and it was too violent, so it was no more. And yeah, there's no rules basically. Well, there is rules. The rules are the bar gets thrown out. Bar is short for ball. So the uppies have to get it one way, the doonies have to get it another way. I won't go into all the ins and outs, but basically in terms of how you're going to do it, there's no rules, and it can go on for a very long time. Anyway, I was thinking of doing some bar stickers, so maybe just ones that say uppies bar and doonies bar. And then I've just put more kiddie die cut stickers. So the bits that I have to do things are highlighted in pink. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that I need to do. Everything else is sort of done from last time. I've got all the decor I need and stuff like that. So yeah, I would say given that it's 9 days away, I'm in a reasonably good place with it. The craft fair starts at 10 o'clock, but I believe setup starts from 9 o'clock. It's not even like I've got a super early start or anything like that, so I think I'm in a decent enough place for it. And yeah, that's my update. So obviously next week I will be working on actually putting things together, putting stock in cellos and stuff like that. Right now I've got work in 20 minutes, so I've just got 2 orders, so I'm going to pack them really quickly. I've got one that is a card order. Let me just show you this stuff. I've got one order which was on Etsy, and it's a card order, and it's just the Baphomet, son's really getting that, Baffy birthday. And then I can't actually remember what the other order is. I know it's stickers, I just don't remember which stickers. A set of my floral date flowers. So as well as the date flowers, they have ordered I Heart My Long Distance Bestie, and I Am Worth More Than How Productive I Am. I just need to trim that down there where that was kind of torn funny, but yeah, I am worth more than how productive I am. So they're easy orders to put together. I'm gonna do those, get set up for work, and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye!